everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean, this is In The Mix and we're up to episode 2 of our Isle of Man save. I cannot wait to get stuck into it, so we're pretty much going to jump straight back in from where we left off. Recap the games we've gone through, look at how we're travelling in the league, look at how we're going in our FAV's Cup competition, and review our plans for the season ahead. Before we do that though, thank you to everybody who watched the first episode, episode 1 of the series. The support, the feedback has been absolutely fantastic in both views and comments and whatever else, and the people reaching out across Twitter as well. It's very much appreciated, so thank you. And if you are watching for the first time because you live on the Isle of Man or you're familiar with that club structure and that setup, welcome. I hope you enjoy the channel and I hope you enjoy the series going forward. But enough from me. You guys want to get started. I want to get started as well. Let's jump straight in. And this is where we are as things currently stand. 9 games played, 9 wins, plus 31 goal difference and 27 points to show for it. It has been a pretty fantastic start to the season. I think we've kind of stumbled onto something with our tactic here, particularly for lower league management. I know there are a couple of other players in the FM community that are using similar structures. I know FM20 is using this similar sort of shape with his York City save. I think I've seen another one from the Reckonist with Bournemouth that seems to be going quite well as well. But for lower league, this is just tearing teams apart, particularly in transition. These 2 wide players, if we can get them on the ball early, as soon as we win the ball back, we just seem to be absolutely killing teams on the counter. And that has led us to a great run of wins to start the season. 2-0 against St Helens, which you guys of course saw in the other last episode. A 4-0 win against Chatterton, 3-0 against Gold Car United, 4-0 against AFC Darwin, 7-0 against AFC Emily, 2-1 against Hulk OB. The first time we were really tested, but they did pull one back after we were already 2-0 up and had made all our subs. A 1-0 win against Atherton. We were very much on top in this game. You can see by the match ratings here, 9s, 7s, 8s. We had a ton of chances. We just didn't convert the way that we should have. Ashby we beat 6-2 in the build-based FAV's first qualifying round. We did rotate quite heavily. You'll notice a lot of the names here are players that you guys haven't really been introduced to yet because we've rotated as much as we could. We then beat Lower Breck 5-3 and then Cleator Moore 7-0 before losing 1-3 against RC Warwick. Again, we rotated quite heavily. I didn't make any subs in this game. I wanted to try and give the squad players as much football as possible. We didn't play particularly well. They were good value for their lead, to be fair to them. And it was only late on that we actually pulled the goal back anyway. So not the best performance. We've gotten that monkey off our back in terms of being undefeated. And it does kind of open us up to focus on the league season and getting promoted as much as humanly possible. Now, the 2 games we're going to go through today, Ashton Town and AFC Blackpool. Ashton Town, of course, the home of Pascal Chimbonda. They've started the season pretty much true to form where the season preview had them at 17th. AFC Blackpool, one of the biggest sides in the division, currently sitting in 4th. I would expect good results in both given the way that we've started the league season and given that we'll be going with a full strength lineup into this match. But if we win these 2 games, we might review how frequently we're going to come back in the series, because if we're going to smash through this division, we might as well try and get through it like in 5 episodes rather than 10, and maybe jump forward a little bit further than what we initially planned. But we'll go through that at the end of the episode. We'll see how we go in these 2. We might lose both. Anything can happen when you reload the game. Now, the squad. We have had 2 changes. 2 players went out. Of course, players on amateur contracts can be poached at any time by teams in higher divisions. We lost Nathan Baxter, who was our Dutch central defender. He was our covering defender. We brought in Mishi Mbuti. Again, probably butchering these pronunciations. If you know the correct pronunciation, chuck it in the comment section below. Ex-Derby Junior, a decent player, already automatic at central defender and that covering role. So he slots pretty much straight into the first team. 2.5-star current ability means he's not as finished a product as Baxter was, but he should do fine. It's not any coincidence, I think, that we lost Baxter and then conceded like 5 goals in 2 league games and got knocked out of the cup. So a big loss, but we'll be fine from there. The other one that left was one of the central midfielders that we had in the squad, but he wasn't playing anyway, so I didn't really worry too much about that one. As far as player performance is concerned, he has started pretty well, 8.7. You can see Joe Thompson and Charlie Ball, the 2 forwards up front. Very good average ratings so far for the season. No one from the starting 11 that you could say is having a poor season. Bobby Bildel only gets a 6.9 average rating, but it's tough for goalkeepers in any situation, let alone when we're controlling the game as much as we have been. But that's more than enough talking from me. Let's jump forward to the game against Ashton Town and look at the 2 lineups. Alright, this is what we're going to go with, our 4-4-2 or 4-2-4, depending on how you want to look at it. Biddle in goal, Applin and Diallo as the two fullbacks, Mbudi and Aziakanu as the two central defenders, Raymond and Hall as the central midfield partnership. They are central midfielders. They look very deep in the way this structure is set up. They're not defensive players. They are very much in the midfield. Masamba and Ure will be the two wingers, and Thompson playing as the deep lying forward, and Ball leading the line as the poacher up top. They're playing a 4-3-3. Chimbonna's going to play at centre back for them. Still fairly decent quality despite being 40 years age. Physical attributes for a 40-year-old aren't too bad. 6s, 7s and 8s are pretty decent. Great mental attributes, good technical attributes as well, and very much suited to that ball-playing defender on stopper role. We might keep an eye on him. If his contract's up at the end of the season, we might look to try and pick him up for a year or two. But from the look of it, they're the only actual player that I think they have. And we're going to tell everyone, go out there and give us a better performance than the last time out when we got knocked out of the cup. Assertively, we'll tell the defence we have faith in them just to give them a little bit of a boost. And we're going to jump straight in and try and get the 3 points today. First highlight, long ball forward from Biddle. Hodge wins the header in midfield. Sends it forward towards Skelton. Just needs to stand him up. Diallo sends him backwards to Potter. Potter skips around Diallo's challenge. Into Greenwood now, over to EO. Now Hodge. Ball out wide to Potter again. They get a ball in. Applin clears it away, but only as far as Summerskill. And that's an excellent finish from Joe Summerskill. First goal we've conceded in an episode so far, and it is an excellent strike. Let's check this one out in 3 dimensions. It's not a bad ball out here from Hodge. And Potter's deep cross away is headed away by Applin without any danger. Summerskill doesn't wait, lets the ball drop, smashes it back across the goalkeeper. Hard to be too upset about anyone. It's a good finish, but maybe Applin's header away could have been a little bit better. We are, of course, in our home kit. The first time I think you guys have seen it in an episode so far. We're in our awesome third choice black kit in the first episode. 30 minutes gone, I'm going to use our demand more shout. We've got a throw in here. Should just be a short routine. Back to Applin now. All the way back to Raymond. Deep ball across towards Ball, who's on his own. It's a good strike, and Warren with an excellent save. We've also had a guy, Jim Skelton, pick up an injury. Ball in from the corner. It's cleared away by Wiles, and the highlight comes to an end. Another corner again. Masamba to take. Deep run across. Summerskill, the goal scorer, clears it away to Brazil up front. Goes back to Potter. Going to have to keep an eye on him in transition here. Cover a good ball in a good era. Ure, who's had an excellent start to the season, comes forward on the right-hand side. Can he square it up? Instead he goes for the shot from the wide area. I thought they were supposed to have patched that out, but I've seen it so many times in the opening 10 games of the season that I think it's still going to be an issue. All right, we get to half-time. We are still a goal down. They have had 2 shots, only 1 on target, which of course was the goal, 45% possession. We've had 10 shots, 6 on target, and 55%. It's not the worst thing in the world because we can go aggressive and we can pull out the hairdryer a little bit. Everybody except Bobby Biddle in goal seems relatively motivated by that. And we're going to give it 15 minutes. We'll look at subs and we might look at also moving to our attacking structure. We've got a corner here. Masamba takes it short to Ure. Crosses towards Thompson, gets the header away. Warren got a touch on it, but 12th goal of the season in only 10 games for Joe Thompson. An excellent finish. We'll check it out in 3D here. Short corner to Ure. Takes a good touch around the defender. Hangs it back stick. Thompson rises highest. Warren does get a hand on it, but can only push it into the top corner. And we get the equaliser relatively early in the second half. Got another highlight here. Brazil to take. Back to Chimbonda. Ball forward. Applin cuts it out well. Masamba now. Goes for the ball over the top. Ball's gotten in behind. Can he find the finish? Good effort. He just pushed it past the wide area of the far post. Another highlight here. Warren manages to scramble and collect the ball. And that's the end of the highlight. I'm not sure what happened in the build-up there. Right, now played, we're going to make all 3 subs. Jaden Thorne's going to come on for Applin, who's got a yellow card. We're going to bring on Sam Joyce in midfield for Raymond, who also has a yellow card. We'll see Hall drop to the deep line playmaker role. And then we're also going to bring on Charlie Higgs up top. Thompson will push to the poacher just to try and find a winner here. We have the ability to make a difference. I'm not going to change the tactical instructions or anything like that because we are on top of them. But hopefully, if we use our Get Creative shout, it'll inspire everyone to try and go for it a little bit more. All right, we're into the last 10 minutes. We're going to switch to our attacking structure and demand more. We've got a highlight here. It's going to start from the throw-in with Thorne, who's picked up a yellow card of his own. Played to Hall. Deep one across towards Joyce. Top of the box. Gets the strike away. What a strike that is from Sam Joyce. The ex-Newcastle junior has walloped that one into the top of the net. We can check it out in 3D here. It was close to the keeper, but I think it had enough venom on it that he was going to struggle. It was Hall's cross was closed down, and then Joyce takes the touch, gets the strike away. Keeper couldn't get to it, and he rifles that one into the back of the net to put us a goal up with about 5 minutes remaining. Into injury time now. Shouldn't be much to be added on. And the game comes to an end 2-1. A good come from behind victory. I'm not going to get down on anybody. We should be beating teams like that comfortably, but let's just say brilliantly to come back and win that. First real comeback performance we've had of the series so far. in any of the games that we've played. So no need to get down on anyone. We just want to keep morale as high as humanly possible early on in the game. FC Isle of Man come from behind to win. Joe Summerskill with his excellent goal for Ashton got the Man of the Match award. And 10 straight wins to start the league season. We are absolutely smashing it in so far. Magic of editing though, we're going to jump forward to the game against AFC Blackpool now and look at the two lineups. And just like that, we're a week ahead. We're going to go with an unchanged lineup, so no real changes that we're forced to make there. It is the strongest team that we have available, so we might as well keep trying to put it out. Looking at the AFC Blackpool side, only one real player, I think, Steve Harrison here, who has the most assists for the season. 37-year-old right fullback, playing as a right winger in their structure at the moment. Ex-Sunderland junior by the looks of things. They've got a couple of other players that have familiar names like Maynard and Patching, but I don't think they're the real players. I think it's largely a squad of computer-based players. We're going to passionately tell everybody we're the favourites here, go out and give everyone a poor performance to cheer for. Diallo didn't respond well, so we're going to tell him we have faith. He still hasn't responded well, so we'll just jump into the game. We'll see how we get on. Hopefully his his lack of enthusiasm won't pass on to the rest of the squad, but he is our captain, which is a bit frustrating. Got a corner here, Masamba to take. As Iaconu flicks it onto back post, I think Thompson might be offside there, but he was in the right spot, and it was a good flick on header to find him. We will have more success with that throughout the course of the year if we continue. 30 minutes ago, I'm going to use our demand more shout. Everyone seems focused, but they do have a free kick here. Patching with the goal there. Russell Patching, his first of the season. An assist from Steve Harrison, their one actual player. Keeper came out for it, didn't get there in time, and we're going to look to have to come from behind again. Patching, good header. Keeper came out, floundered at it. He got nowhere near it in the end. Patching had pretty much a free header, just had to get it on target, and he did. Thrown here in 38 minutes played. Ure with the deep ball across. Masamba's in the area, does well to keep it in. Gets the ball back across towards Ure, hits the deck for Hall, who gets the strike away, and Thomas does get a hand to it, but not strong enough to push that one around the post. We'll check it out in 3 dimensions here. It didn't look like he got all of it on the strike. Masamba does very well to keep the ball in play. Loses out to Bohr, and then just hooks one back in the middle. Ure was in the area, but Blandford with the header away, and then Hall on his left foot gets kind of a half volley in. Thomas does get something to it, but can only push it into the bottom corner, and we get our equaliser before half-time. Alright, we're going to half at 1-1. They've had 2 shots, 2 on target, 43% of the ball. We've had 9, 3, and 57. We are going to go and tell everybody far from pleased with what we just saw. Again, Bobby Biddle has struggled with the negativity, but we're going to switch to our attacking structure. Play a little bit further up the pitch, try and make the most of the ball that we're getting. So our wing-backs go to attack, our wingers go to attack, and we effectively become a little bit more direct, a little bit more intense in our pressing, and hopefully it will lead to another goal. Harrison with the ball here in midfield. Patching the goal scorer plays it forward. Diallo with the header back. Blandford plays it back to Harper. Milo Hall's picked up the ball in a good area. He's bursting into the box now. Can he find the finish from the wide area? It's an excellent finish and a double for him on the day. His 4th of the season. And he pretty much picked that one up from halfway and burst into our area. Yeah, he does. It's a good tackle from Ure, actually. Went in 2-footed though. Got to be careful. Bursts into the box, no one comes across to him, and he just smashes that one near post. Keeper doesn't get down to it, and he puts us a goal ahead. He's bailing us out in this one at the moment, Milo Hall. Right, now we're just going to make 2 subs. Ure and Ball will come off. They've both picked up yellow cards. We don't want to risk it. Neil Patience will come on the left wing. Masamba will move to the right, and Charlie Higgs will come on up top. We'll also use our Get Creative shout. Old Faithful, after an hour. No one seems to care. Highlight here, thrown to be taken by AFC Blackpool. Harper with the ball down into the corner. No one follows Hare. Cuts it back. Biddle does better that time. Comes out and claims well. We've got a 4v4 back if we get the ball forward quick enough. It's a poor clearance though. Bates cuts it out. Watling. Ball out wide to Harrison. Reverse pass towards Watling. Good tackle. I know Watling's gone through the back of Mbudi, it looks like. And he might be about to pick up a red card, a straight red. So Blackpool have gone down to 10. And you would think that would take away pretty much all of their counter-attacking threat. Last 10 minutes, we're going to use our demand more shout as well. Most have responded as focused, so that one continues to work well. Highlight here, Mbudi to take a deep free kick. Goes along forward. Higgs flicks it on towards Thompson, who has gotten in and finds the finish. It's an excellent strike from Joe Thompson. His 13th goal of the season. And a good assist from Charlie Higgs. Just a nice little flick on header into space. And then Thompson, with the pace, gets beyond the defenders. And does very well, actually, to capture pretty much 2 or 3 metres from the centre back there, who took forever to turn. And the keeper, again, doesn't go for it because it's smashed into the back of the net. Last highlight potentially here. Good corner routine. Hall was in the area, but Thomas comes out and claims. Is that going to be the end of the highlight, or are we going to see a little bit more here? So the ball down, looks for a long one forward. It should be recovered by Mbudi without any issue. Ball forward towards Higgs. Clearance is away. Applin tidies up. Ball finds Harrison. Ball in behind for Big R, who has gotten goal side. Gets the strike away, but Biddle with a good save pushes it around the near post. 5 minutes to be added on. We are going to see this corner. See if there's any counter-attack or goal for them that comes from it. Good header away from Patience. Applin should recover. Got a man up the line now in Higgs, and the referee calls full time. A 3-1 win, but again, twice we've had to come back from a goal down. Milo Hall with the double. Joe Thompson with the goal. 15 shots, 6 on target, 53% of the ball. 7, 4, and 47%. We've had more of the ball in every game we've played, which is interesting because we don't have any instructions to actually retain possession in any way. I think we're keeping it just on the strength of the playing group at the moment. And it does see us move to 11 wins from 11 played, 33 points, plus 34 goal difference. And Milo Hall, the man of the match rating, will give him a little bit of a boost. 2 goals, an excellent response from him. And what I'm thinking is, looking at our schedule, given the way that we've started, I think we will probably win the league. At a bit of a canter at the moment. We do play Nelson, who are in second spot, away from home in the next match. I don't anticipate we'll go through the league elite season undefeated, given the rate that we're conceding at the moment. But what we might do is jump ahead a little bit further than initially planned and come back against this game against Pilkington, who are bottom of the division, and AFC Liverpool. Just have a bit of a look at them and see what they're like in the division. And then we might come back and do Daisy Hill and Nelson and Emily to finish the season and close out the week and hopefully celebrate with our first league title. Anyway, it's way too early for me to be saying things like that. We need to focus. We need to try and get as many wins as possible. But it's good to have a plan. It's good to have something to work through. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. If you are, feel free to subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on all our videos as they are continuing to be released. This series will continue right through into 2020, and I'll take it as long as humanly possible. Like the video if you want to show the channel support and get us higher up in that YouTube algorithm so that it shows earlier on in people's recommended videos if they're looking for FM20 content. You can follow us on Twitter, just to the link. I always do the wrong side. It's just over there at @InTheMixer_FM to see all our interactions with the Football Manager community, and of course as we keep up to date with how the real life FC Isle of Man club is coming together. And of course in the description below, please go and check out our key collaborators. Without them, this series wouldn't be happening at all. But as always, thank you for watching. That's the part that means the most to me. As always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer.